You hear that really annoying during the video? It's these grown men playing with toy planes across the street. It's awesome. I'm so excited for today's video! Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. I feel like it has been so long since I have sat in front of this camera. I almost don't even know what to do. I pre-filmed the week before the wedding. Didn't post anything during the week of the honeymoon. Posted only videos from the week of the wedding now. It's just crazy how long it's been since I've been in front of this camera, but let's do it. Let's talk about the wedding. If you are new here, make sure to go below and click the subscribe button. I just got married 2 weeks ago, so I made a whole wedding series. I think there's 30 plus videos in it. But I'm not done talking about it, and I'm actually about to introduce a new series to my channel. So go below, click the big red subscribe button, and let's get on into the video. I can't believe I'm finally getting to tell you guys about the wedding and get down and sit to tell you how awesome it was. Now I am gonna make another video very soon, and it is gonna be about all the drama that went down on the wedding day. Now of course, because the wedding day was so amazing, it didn't impact me, and a lot of the things that happened I really didn't realize. I wasn't able to be oh crap, that was actually really frustrating until after the wedding was over. But I will make a video on that soon, and your jaws will literally hit the floor when I tell you something that happened at my wedding, and you're actually gonna have to use your hand to pick your jaw back up, and you're going to absolutely die because I almost did. So if you watched all of the vlogs, then you know the wedding day was just absolutely beautiful. If you've seen the photos, you just know it was absolutely beautiful. But the night before, one of my sweet bridesmaids got in a car accident. That was really the only hiccup we had the night before. All the bridesmaids stayed at my parents' house with me, and the groomsmen stayed at the house with my husband. The boys got insanely drunk, and they had their own issues, but not my problem because they're all grown men who are of legal age, and if they can't behave and handle their liquor, then that is on them. But if you see the clip on the day of the wedding, you see there's one clip where I pan around and we're all in our white robes, and then there's one girl that's in a t-shirt, and all the girls have their hair done and one girl doesn't. That one girl is Ellen, and I, to this moment, cannot believe that she was such a trooper during the wedding day. She ended up not breaking her arm, but she had this massive gash. I mean, it was horrible, and because she was so very self-conscious about it, she didn't want to wrap it. Wouldn't have been mad at her for wrapping it. I mean, I just can't believe she even, actually in as much pain as she was in, still made a point to come spend the wedding day with us. She did end up leaving early because she was just pitiful, and she was on painkillers all day long. But that was really the only thing that happened. She did end up getting there in time. She looked absolutely breathtaking, and her dress was there for every single photo, and we had an amazing time with her. So thankfully that was one of the only bad physical things that happened, but like I said, I'll talk about that in a later video. When we got to the wedding venue, it was still raining, but that morning I got up and I was okay, just look at the weather app, just look at the weather app one time. And then I freaked out because basically all week long, literally up until the morning of the wedding, they were calling for 100% chance of heavy thunderstorms during my wedding. And we got up and it was drizzling, and it stopped about 8 a.m. and it was stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, bright, sunny blue skies, not a cloud up there all day long. Now of course it was hot as Hades, but hey, I'll take that over no rain any day. So when I got to the venue, it was still kind of lightly raining, and the sweet groundskeeper at Duncan Estate walked around with me, and he was okay, this is what I'm gonna blow off to dry. Is there anything else I can do for you? Do you see anything that you want changed? See anything you want moved? What can I do? And he was so precious. So I went upstairs and literally got there probably about 10:30, and was supposed to start hair at 11:15, and so I started my hair at 10:30. So that set the whole day straight. Everything was ahead of schedule or on time, and my hair was absolutely amazing. My cousin did it. Her name is Kaylee Redding. She is based in Charleston, South Carolina. She does weddings all over the state all the time, and she is amazing. Now at the time, obviously, I don't think I've addressed on camera that I did chop my hair off. But at the time I had hair super long. She is the only person who's ever been able to successfully style it without it falling or being heavy or looking bad. She slayed it. So the photographer got there and we got to take our pictures and we got to get ready, and it was truly just like a girls' day. Like, it was so fun. My mom is such a fun person to be around, and so she was downstairs like helping decorate. All the groomsmen, my aunts and family members, so precious, spent their day decorating downstairs. I literally didn't even get to see it. Like, we'll get to that in a minute, but they just were downstairs decorating, and when my mom came upstairs, like, she sat down and got her hair done, and I got to like do her makeup, and she looked amazing. We just had so much fun. Like, we got to hang out and just relax. We got to drink mimosas, and we just had such a fun, lighthearted, like, there wasn't any stress, nobody was worried, everything went beautifully. All of my bridesmaids are breathtakingly gorgeous, and so like we just got dressed and it was amazing. So once pictures started, I was very, very calm. I had mentally prepared myself for pretty much the whole day. I was actually surprised at how much I did not cry. I was doing good. I had lost a little bit of weight. I saw my bridal portraits in October and I was like, you know, my body's fine, but I'm not super confident in it. And so I was really nervous to put on my dress, but I put it on and it fit better than it ever had before. Like, it was made for me. And I was like looking forward, and my photographer was taking photos, and my mom and my grandmother were helping me get dressed. And I turned my head to the right and I saw myself in the mirror and I lost it. That was a special moment. Like, I could cry right now even thinking about it, because I was just, yeah, I'm gonna cry. Because I think that was the moment that I realized, wow, I didn't think I was gonna cry. That was the moment that I realized that every sucky relationship, every annoying boy that I encountered in life, it was all worth it. Every bad dating experience was worth it, because I got to marry my Prince Charming and I got to look like a princess while doing it. And it was like, I just remember turning my head and seeing myself in the mirror and being like, holy crap, it was worth it. Every minute, every sucky dating moment, it was all worth it, because I get to walk down the aisle in this dress and marry the greatest man ever. There were some fun things that you guys like will probably never get to see, just like cute little things. Like, so I was taking the photo spraying my perfume, because I did have a perfume like specific for that day. And so I like sprayed it, and they caught me. They were like, oh, okay, can you do that one more time? And the videographer like got to my side and she was like, okay, spray, now raise your arm up a little bit. Spray, and I sprayed it and it went all in my mouth. And so I like sprayed it, held it, and then I like coughed everywhere. So we had some fun little moments like that, just like things that you'll probably never see, or if you do see a picture, just know that like of me spraying the perfume and it's actually in my mouth. We had such a fun time. So once pictures got started, we went outside. It was absolutely beautiful. My bridesmaids and I had so much fun, and the florist was there with the flowers. Renee Burroughs did amazing. I have some drama about the flowers that I'll explain in my other video, and boy is it make me mad, but it had nothing to do with Renee Burroughs. She did an incredible job, and the florist was there, put flowers on the cake. She put the boutonnieres on all the men, like gave all my bridesmaids the most gorgeous bouquets. It was just amazing. The cake got there about the time that she did. The cake looked fake because it was so beautiful. I mean, I could not have asked for anything to come off looking more perfectly. Like, I had a vision in my head of what I wanted my wedding to be, and it's been like the same dream wedding since I was a 5-year-old little girl. And to say that that wedding met my expectations and then went a little bit above that is an understatement. I did a first look with my dad, and that was the first time that I really remember like sobbing. My sister did end up getting to be there. We weren't sure if the Navy was gonna let us have her, but she did get to come, and that was a really special moment. I got to do a first look with my dad and my mom. No, my dad and my brother. My mom got to get ready with me, and then my sister hung out with us all day. So after the first look with my dad, I cried a little bit, but then I think I was in a really good place. I was so excited. I got to see the groomsmen, got to have some fun with them. And Sam actually was like so nervous, he almost threw up. Like, my photographer came upstairs and actually said, like, I took a photo of Sam and said, okay, let's do that one more time, but this time don't look like you're gonna throw up. He was so nervous to say his vows because, I mean, as you guys can tell from the lack of him being on YouTube, he's an extremely private person. He's an English major, so he can write out his thoughts, and his vows were beautiful. But he was so nervous to read them in front of people, not me, just people. And I was like, but he was so nervous, and we ended up doing a prayer before. So after all the pictures were done, at least for the bridesmaids and me, we decided to do a prayer as a group. So that was actually kind of like done the last week of the wedding. I think we kind of decided to do it that way. And basically they blindfolded Sam, brought him outside, and the bridesmaids and groomsmen all wrapped around us. One of my bridesmaids said a prayer, and that was hands down one of the most beautiful moments I think I've ever encountered in my life, because I, again, had my family and my closest friends like all around us. And here I am sitting, and there's actually a photo. Everybody has their heads like bowed and their eyes closed, and I'm just looking at Sam because I just couldn't believe that, like, I could cry right now. Everyone kept coming upstairs telling me he looked so good, he looked so good, and I saw him for the first time right before that photo, and it was amazing. Of course, I didn't get to vlog as much as I wanted to, because there were times that, like, although I'd have 10 minutes in between photos, my phone would be upstairs and I would be like downstairs waiting to take more pictures, and there wasn't a lot of time to vlog, so I tried to stay on my phone as much as possible. But unfortunately, I didn't get to. It's okay, it's not the end of the world, still had the best day ever. And you guys will get to see the video shortly. So up from the bridal suite, I did not realize that you would be able to see the ceremony site. So we actually all like crammed ourselves into the bathroom and watched all of the guests come in for the wedding. And I still was not nervous. Like, I would cry in a moment, but I wasn't overwhelmingly emotional. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't anxious. I was so excited. I was just like, I don't even care. Like, I just can't believe this day's here. I get to get married soon. And they came upstairs and were like, okay, are you ready to go? And I was like, let's do it. Let's go get me married. So we went downstairs, and my bridesmaids and groomsmen all kind of lined up. Sam was down at the ceremony site by himself. Like, grandparents had already kind of gone down, and my parents were watching everybody start to like walk down the aisle, and I was kind of standing there by myself. And then I was like, okay, Dad, I really need you to come stand beside me. And I like burst into tears, and he was like, okay. So I hooked onto my dad's arm and we walked down the aisle, and it was amazing. One thing that I don't think I was prepared for was that I didn't see anybody but Sam. So when I was walking down the aisle, I expected that my dad and I would cry, and that Sam would be like, you know, he'd wipe away some tears. But oh my gosh, me and Dad smiled the whole time, and Sam sobbed, like lost it, had to like both hands on his face, was crying, like so cute, sobbing, and I was so not expecting that. And I didn't see a single person, not my grandparents, not my mom. Oh, okay, all right, you're okay, you want to sit in my lap. The ceremony was absolutely the most beautiful ceremony. I mean, of course I'm gonna say it's the most beautiful, it was mine, but no, for real, like, we read our vows, we were relaxed, we got to just have fun. We had so much fun during that ceremony. It was the most beautiful ceremony ever, and I will never forget the moment that the officiant looked at Sam and said, "You may now kiss your wife," and I was just like, oh my God, we're married! And it was amazing. Even when I turned around, didn't see anybody. After the ceremony was over, we got to go upstairs and, well, of course, after pictures, we got, oh my God, Zeus! We got to go upstairs and eat dinner as husband and wife. We kind of took my hair down. Now, of course, it was hot as Hades, so it took like probably 20 minutes before I was like, nope, and I pulled my hair up in a ponytail. I didn't even care. The ceremony was beautiful, but dang, the reception was lit. Like, open bar, absolutely beautiful. We ended up renting an additional very large tent just in case it rained, and when we got there the day of and realized it wasn't going to rain, then we used that tent to our like advantage and set up our cocktail hour underneath there and had like cornhole underneath there, and it was absolutely beautiful. Everybody raved about the dinner and the food and the setup, and I'll post a picture here of the reception table decor. That didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I'll explain that in the other video, but it turned out beautiful in the end, and I had so much fun. I got to dance with my dad and my brother and Sam. I iced Sam when we like did our garter toss and the bouquet toss. Like I pulled up my dress and I had a Smirnoff Ice in between my legs, and so he had to chug it, and he was a champ. He did really good. One of our friends that actually is engaged caught the garter, and then one of my friends who isn't engaged but really wants to be caught the bouquet. So we had so much fun. It was the most beautiful night. I could talk about it for hours, but I really don't want to bore you guys with all of the little nitty-gritty details. I promise my wedding series is not over, you guys. I know that a lot of you have been kind of sad about that. I've still got some things I want to share with you guys. I'm going to share with you things that went wrong on the day of, like I said, that will literally make your freaking jaw drop. I will share some things that I, you know, if I could go back and do it over again, I wouldn't care about. Things that I probably would have done differently. So I promise it's not over. It will be eventually, but it is not right now. Don't you worry. I do have some very exciting things coming up on YouTube. A new series is going live soon. I will announce that sometime this week. And I'm just so glad that you guys came along on this journey with me. I cannot begin to explain how much I have loved sharing every detail with you guys and hearing your comments and hearing that you're going through the same thing that I went through. It was amazing, and I will never ever forget how incredible this time was, not because I was engaged, but because I was engaged and got to share it with people. And it wasn't just about me and Sam, it was about me, Sam, and all of you beautiful people getting to go along on that ride with us. And I just can't thank you guys enough for your support over the last few months. It's crazy to think that I started this when I was 11 months out from the wedding, maybe closer to 10 when I started my wedding series, and now I am Mrs. Robinson. Like, officially, I've spent my week at government offices and agencies and the bank and this and on the phone with these people, and I mean, I'm officially Moriah Robinson. I've changed my name, and I can't believe I get to spend the rest of my life with the most incredible man that I have ever met. And every single day I learn another reason why I made the greatest decision to marry him. I can't believe it. It just feels so right. Like I was getting married to him and I knew, being his fiance, that I had made the right decision. But once I was married and I fell in love with him in a completely different way immediately, overnight, something about him, it just seemed like, okay, yeah, this is the piece that was missing in my life, and I get to have it forever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I really do hope that I see you in my next video.